matches in Melbourne, but now we're back at the G. Got a good crowd building up as well. We've had some rain throughout the day, throughout the week. Thankfully, it has stayed away for the last hour or so. Plenty of gold in the crowd, and the All Blacks start to make their way out onto the MCG. They've won their last 5 tests versus Australia, unbeaten in 2007 with wins over France twice, Canada and South Africa. The reserves making their way out first of all. They've scored a whopping 26 tries in 4 tests so far this year. Since losing the 2003 Rugby World Cup semi-final to Australia, the All Blacks have won 37 of the 41 tests they have played, making them one of the best teams ever. They've won 24 straight at home. The only loss in the past 22 months was by 1 point to the Springboks last year. Their last loss in Australia was back in 2004. Well, they're telling us that they're battered and bruised from their come-from-behind win over the Boks in Durban last week. They've also had to get over the travel factor. The Wallabies will be hoping the Red and Black are vulnerable, but that is a big ask. 11 survivors from the starting team that played Australia last. That was in August 2006 in Auckland. The All Blacks won by 7 points on that occasion. They're expecting a tough one here tonight because they know the Wallabies are desperate.
You saw that huddle there. It seemed that Dan Carter and Anton Oliver were doing a lot of the talking. Richie McCaw, they look, well, there's no doubt they're serious. But interesting to see. Look at McCaw. Focused. How does he keep doing it week after week?
Well, 26 years of age from the Crusaders. He made his debut in 2001, Richie McCaw. It's his 16th test as captain. Scored a try last week against the South Africans. They targeted him as well. The coach this week said that the South Africans delivered a few cheap shots, I think he called them. Richie McCaw at the MCG for the first time, and listen to the roar. They've got some fans here, no doubt about that.
Fantastic noise from the crowd, Clarkie. Hopefully there's as many booing as there are cheering for them. An awesome side. I think crucial tonight is Chris Jack and Anton Oliver. That combination, Jack's back in after injury. Oliver, he's got to get his throws on the money to get that line out right, because Vickerman and Sharp are going to go hard at them. Then 13, that's where the Wallabies will attack. McAllister doesn't normally play in that position, and you have to make a lot of decisions, particularly in defence, to be a good number 13.
Anton Oliver, he doesn't have a great record against Australia. He's 2 from 9 so far. So I'll be hoping he can chalk up another one here.
I'll tell you how old he is, Clarkie. I played against him. That's how old he is.
31 years of age. And what about Jerry Collins? 42 caps for the All Blacks. One of their hard men in that back row from the Hurricanes. He's also captained the All Blacks, so they had plenty of leaders. And speaking of leaders, Sterling Mordlock getting set to take the Qantas Wallabies out onto the MCG. Their last win over the All Blacks, 2004. They've won just 2 of the last 10 against New Zealand. Will tonight's game be a turning point in this World Cup year? So much at stake. Unbeaten at home so far in 2007. 2 wins over Wales, a victory against Fiji, but this is much tougher. The ultimate challenge. 6 of tonight's starting team tasted success against the All Blacks in that memorable World Cup semi in 2003. 7 were in the run-on team that beat New Zealand in 2004. 9 survivors from the last test against New Zealand in August last year. It's a Melbourne swan song for 2 of the greats of the game, George Gregan and also Stephen Larkham. But listen to the roar as the Wallabies make their way out onto the MCG.
The crowd have been told, be bold, wear gold, and they have. Some of them may be uneducated into the ins and outs of rugby's, but they're enthusiastic Australians. And tonight, the area they really have to match up to the All Blacks is in the scrum. Matt Dunning, so important, his matchup with Carl Heyman. If he succeeds, Australia will win this game. George Smith, last year it was Phil Waugh attacking Richie McCaw, maybe playing the man, not the ball all the time. Tonight, Smith will be matching him skill for skill. Huxley at fullback will be put under incredible pressure. He needs to come through.
George Gregan, 34 years of age, his 132nd test match tonight. That, of course, is a world record. His 26th test against New Zealand. There's 3 behind David Campese now. Made his debut in '94. Now this is his last home game against the All Blacks. Still to go next week, of course, the Springboks in Sydney. 18 test tries for George, 3 drop goals, 99 points he's sitting on. Can he bring up a century at the MCG? George Smith, well, he's going to have his hands full tonight up against Richie McCaw. That's one of the great battles in world rugby. 77th test tonight.
The national anthems of New Zealand and Australia will now be performed by Erana Clark and Anthony Kalia.
Stand by for the anthems. Well performed by Erana Clark, one of the thousands of Kiwis who have moved permanently across the ditch. Great voice. Speaking of great voices, Anthony Kalia with Advance Australia Fair.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and cloud for toil. Our home is good by sea, our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let heaven stand, our God's Australia fair. In joyful praise, then let us sing, our God's Australia
Adrenaline is certainly pumping now. Time for one of the great sights in world rugby. The New Zealand haka, Fryer, Baxter, Chisholm, Hoyles, War, Staniforth and Gerard on the bench for the Wallabies. Nialamu Tialado, Filippo, Masawi, Wipu, Sidavani, Sivivatu and Nick Evans. What will it be tonight? Which version of the haka?
Rico Gear leading it.
Well, if that doesn't fire you up, nothing will.
Hold on. Walsey Matilda hasn't been let loose yet.
Well, what a moment this is. Tonight we say welcome back to John Williamson. He was there during that golden run. Fantastic performance by the All Blacks in 2007. Rico Gear, so proud of his Maori ancestry.
Well, now you see the Wallabies to settle things down, to calm down their feelings, and also to take the steam out of the All Blacks, taking a lot of time. Mortlock firing them up as they take their tracksuits off. Nathan Sharp calling the forwards in now. One last blast. They know the importance.
I think in the past they've also brought out the tackling bags, haven't they, just to settle things down a little bit,
to delay things and take the ping out of the All Blacks.
Sharp having a nice chat to the forwards there just to refocus them.
Head-to-head, Guernsey, they've played 150 times. New Zealand have won 102, Australia only 43. There have been 5 draws over the years. In Australia, they've played 82. New Zealand have won 53 of them. Marius Jonker from the Republic of South Africa is the referee. Running the touchlines is countrymen Jonathan Kaplan and Willie Roos. And the television match official is Sean Velsman, also from South Africa. Bledisloe Cup since 1931. 48 series played. New Zealand have won 33 of them, Australia 9. Rugby Union makes its return to the MCG. And that's not the start we were looking for.
No, horrible start.
No, you'd say a delicious start, because what it does is immediately introduces a scrum.
Oh, you read my mind. Unless they do it, they've tried the quick line out. Referee has called it back.
No, they'd already nominated the scrum, I believe.
Bit of a jog around the park for Troy Flavel.
He and Kelleher went the quick line out, which you can do. You can go a quick throw in.
Well, the first thing that you want to do on the field is something good. Julian Huxley, unfortunately, there won't build his confidence after that game in South Africa. Ball out in the full.
There's the mark, gentlemen.
Got to try and redeem himself fast now. Forwards, they'll be looking forward to getting this first scrum over with.
What about their first receiver is Joe Rokothoko behind the All Black scrum.
Crouch, touch, pause.
He wants to reset it.
They packed on pause. The All Blacks.
We have spoken about this. Settle down, please. There's the mark. Don't move off it now. Yep, don't look at.
Big
Thank
scrum
you.
here.
Rokothoko scored a hat-trick against Australia in 2003 when he burst onto the international scene.
Fair chance that Rokothoko is going to go to the right. No, they're going to stay left.
And Kelleher taking them on. Now he gives it to Rokothoko, taken by the captain, Mortlock, but they're inside Wallaby territory. And Byron Kelleher. Early touch here for the All Blacks.
Already a penalty advantage being played to the All Blacks.
Here's McCaw.
Oh, they're choking up this blind side. Sure, the defence held, but there was a penalty carried over. Not rolling away after making the tackle.
45 metres out.
Tough for Sterling Mortlock to get out of there, I've got to tell you. Richie McCaw with a nice green line down his head. The head going in the dirt. He's not someone out of that old show, Alien.
Not clearing the ruck. Mortlock. And this is a great opportunity now for the All Blacks.
Numbers are good.
Oliver finds the target at the back, and now running with it is McCaw. Good defence though, but they're inside the Wallaby 22. They are so dangerous They get on a roll. McCaw, plenty of touches from the captain early on.
All Blacks swinging back to the left.
Wallabies need to realign the defence. Now it's Carter. Inside ball. Muliaina. A big gap opened up there. They're about 2 or 3 metres out, the All Blacks. Early pressure here as Kelleher runs into Gregan. Lays it back now. They still have control of it, the All Blacks. Oliver.
And they've got big numbers.
Roko Thoko sprinting to the open wing.
They're going to try and back themselves. They're over the line. Do they get it down? Larry Asolka, the referee, was right on the spot.
Aaron Major in there.
We're going up to the television match official to see if Woodcock actually got it down. Tony Woodcock, who hasn't scored a test try yet.
Well, that inside ball we talked about during the week just being so dangerous, and that's what set up the big hole.
Yeah, one of the Wallaby defenders, we'll have a look at the try first, see if we can see the grounding. The referee was right there in front of it, so if he hasn't spotted it, oh, that's on the line.
Looked short, and then it looked to maybe touch the line.
Well, the ball is connected with the ground, whether or not it's on the line or not. You're not going to find it from this angle.
Well, it's short there.
Well, the All Black fans are clapping simply because there was contact. The All Blacks have now, as they watch this on the big screen, have gone back to halfway. Is that short there? Well, that looks like it's the line.
Just going to wait to see where the players, or when they stand up, where the ball actually is.
Well, it was on the line. There's no air punching from Woodcock. He's a fairly understated character.
Yes, Smith, you got a decision.
Okay. Swimming and May will go try. Thank you. Time on.
Try to New Zealand. What a start for the men in black. And Tony Woodcock, what a ground to score your first test try, his 31st international, and he's got a try. 5-0, New Zealand.
Here's the inside ball. One of the Wallaby defenders, it may have been Shepherdson. No, he kept his job. It was the man on the inside had gone too far, Cliffy Palu. That was the run by Muliaina that did all the damage. There were men to burn out to the right. Woodcock took him on the left and ended up getting there easily.
Well, the Wallabies were all offside there anyway.
What a convincing start. But it was a miserable start by the Wallabies that put all the pressure on themselves.
And Carter, the radar. It's working early on. Fantastic start by the All Blacks. Australia kicking out on the full. All Blacks winning the scrum, getting the penalty. Found a hole or two, and it was Woodcock that had the forward momentum, and he got the ball down on the line. Second restart now for Huxley. That's better. And it's a penalty.
In the air.
Nathan Sharp went straight at the man, barely looked at the ball.
Hold it. Number 4, playing the play in the air. Cut it out, please.
Okay, so this is playing right into the hands of the All Blacks.
Well,
that was obvious, Kernsey. Nathan Sharp at no stage had eyes for the ball. He looked straight at Flavel.
Sharp, the 29-year-old, playing his 58th Test match tonight. Contested by the Wallabies at 1. So at long last, they've got their hands on the ball. 5.5 minutes gone, and it's not a great bounce for the New Zealanders, but Lottie Takiri claims it for the Wallabies. Advantage being played here for Australia. And Gitto gives it out to Gregan. Sharp, short ball. That's Stephen Moore up over halfway and hammered. Gregan waiting for it.
Oh, slow ball. Both breakdowns slow.
Is Rocky Elsom. McCaw standing over the top of him, but it's there for Gregan. Not a great pass. George Smith over the top it goes. Ashley Cooper hammered there by Rico Gear and the Wallabies going backwards. Some shocking passing there. They just seem to be a little nervous at the stage. And here's Matt Dunning and into touch. Well, he was playing advantage for a while, but then it was over.
Well, that's where the Australians picked up the ball from that line out from the All Blacks throw. First time anyone other than Huxley had touched the ball for the Australians. They went all right, 4 phases, but then in the end, was slow ball in 2 of the phases and then poor passing. One went behind Larkham and then George Smith threw a wild speculator.
Well, the advantage was playing to Australia from the referee's arm sticking out. I can't see where the advantage is by going backward 20 metres.
Certainly, that's right. No challenge by the Australians. Easy catch, Soialo.
Not straight. Now watch this scrum from New Zealand. They're filthy about the praise that the Wallaby front row have been getting during the week. Carl Heyman's smile on his face saying, boys, here we go.
Gee, that's confidence when you walk to the first scrum. Smile. First Australian feed.
Palu, and now George Smith up over the advantage line. He goes midfield. Gregan is Sharp. Jerry Collins right over the top of him. Advantage here now for the Wallabies. And Gregan now to Huxley. No advantage there.
Black player from the side in the tackle. Black player from the side in the tackle.
That could have been anything. Julian Huxley there. Getting charged down. Thank goodness they were coming back for the advantage. The All Blacks so far, I know the Wallabies haven't had too many phases at them, getting off the line incredibly fast. You saw it there, you saw it in the previous one. And then when they do make the tackle, they're slowing the ball down for the Wallabies. Well, that's a woeful kick when you're hitting someone in the stomach.
8.5 minutes gone. New Zealand 7, Australia 0, but the first real attacking opportunity for the Wallabies. Can they hit back? Stephen Moore. Right on the 22. Throws it to Parlin. Good clean take. And Gregan. Now here's Matt Dunning. Straight into the traffic. Plenty of black jumpers there. Sharp again.
Wallabies trying to soak up those inside defenders.
Larkham, the little kick. And Morblock giving chase. Oh, got his hands to it, but just couldn't control it. A near thing.
He plays the knock forward, I think. Scrum 5 metres to the All Blacks. Yes, he is.
Oh, it just popped up, and Sterling can't believe his...
Oh, didn't Stephen Larkham read that beautifully. He saw how hard the All Blacks were sprinting up in defence. Oh, Roko Thoka got there at the nick of time. Just knocked out of Mortlock's hands as he was about to grasp it. Well, the All Blacks have got to, the Wallabies have got to try a bit more of that because the All Blacks are up so quickly.
That's how you get them sitting back on their heels. They start to think. Mix it up.
Whoa, gentlemen.
Bit of chat going on in there. Ground very slippery, and the grass quite short, so you will expect a few scrums to collapse tonight because it is slippery out there. Anton Oliver, very good scrummager for the All Blacks.
Free kick to the All Blacks this time, taken quickly by Rodney Soialo, and he just sends it down to the halfway mark where Huxley is there. He gives it over to Adam Ashley Cooper. First start in a test match on the wing for Ashley Cooper, and now Larkham and Smith. He had Shepherdson in his way there, so he had to go in and take them on. Now advantage and a penalty to the Wallabies.
Number 7.
Is it time to have a shot to try and just get the scoreboard ticking over?
Number 7, in the tackle.
Yeah, George Regan just letting referee know that every time they're under pressure,
Not now.
they'll be offside, and that's what he's got McCaw for.
Well, hold on. Richie McCaw made the tackle. Kernsey, that's why he's wondering. He's got every right to get up. If you make the tackle, you do not have to come around and go through the gate. Rich McCaw's allowed to make the tackle, stand up and grab.
Well, you're right. George just telling the referee what he wants.
It's not like George.
No.
Well, John Connolly's been vocal, and it's been in the media, and Marius Jonker reads any of those press reports about trying to get the legality of McCaw at the breakdown sorted out. That sort of pressure from the coaches sometimes does work on the referee.
Plenty of Kiwis in the crowd booing. And Mortlock. No goal. 7-0 still. New Zealand over Australia. Almost 12 minutes gone. There's Carter with the restart.
Just run, Wycliffe. Love it when he gets wound up. All Black defence, outstanding.
Still there for the Wallabies though, and Larkham cut out pass, sharp with hands. Mortlock.
Now they're over the advantage line. They need quick ball, the Wallabies.
And it's there for Gregan. And Larkham, he's going to go high. George Smith is going to be the first of the chasers. And Rico Gear allows it to bounce. Towed through Smith. Muliaina, they pop it up. Adam Ashley Cooper.
A bit of magic from Smith, though.
And there's Smith at scrum half, and now Larkham. They need to go wide. Gitto, inside ball. Mortlock, they were waiting for him. Good tackle.
Advantage being played.
Advantage being played. And there's Huxley stepping. Huxley taking some stopping. And Gregan, just a slight fumble there. It's a penalty. Well, that time Larkham's kick was a beauty. Rico Gear had to try and take it, running back.
I'd be putting ball at him too. His position's under a little bit of threat, Rico Gear. Have a look at this work from George Smith. You're about to see something special here, not just the pick-up. This pass here, was there a hint of a knock-on? His awareness of men around him is incredible, Smith. That's what allowed that to continue on. All Blacks were offside there. Inside ball, Giddo to Mortlock. Showed the All Blacks were kept on coming across. Good defence.
Flags are up this time. Australia on the score sheet. It's New Zealand 7, Australia 3, 14th minute.
Ferocity of the All Black defence is impressive, Mutto. Every tackle they make, they're trying to drive the player back. But Sterling Mortlock did superbly over the other side of the field. After Palu took the ball from the kick and then they went wide, I think Sharp passed to Mortlock and he made about 15 metres. Great power from him.
Both of our real opportunities have come from kicks, Kernsey, so we're not going around or through them at the moment. We're going over.
One to each, knock on.
It was knocked forward. And now the gaps are opening up. Flavo up over the half, the 22, he goes. Kelleher. Larkham did well to put some pressure on him. There's the try scorer, Woodcock. No way through there. They go to the right side. Jerry Collins. Heyman, the big man, taken by Sharp. Pick and drive here from Jerry Collins. There you go. That's rush of blood to the head, and it's a simple penalty now for the All Blacks, and it's it's almost like Dan Carter could throw it over from there.
Stupidity there from the Wallabies. Not sure who the player was. Defence is all about trust. And the Wallaby back defensive line was in a very good position. They weren't under any pressure. They'd slowed the All Blacks ball down. Something stupid. Yeah. You're just not allowed to do that.
Well, he was even in front of the last feet. There was a couple of penalties they could have invoked. You're right, Kernsey, they had things covered. Sure, there were about 11 All Blacks out to the left of that breakdown, but the Wallabies had them covered. Were ready to make the tackles.
The thing that the All Blacks do beautifully is create a space for someone else. You saw Rico Gear there attract two defenders, popped a pass, I think for Flavel, just created a lovely bit of space. As the Australian crowd retaliate with a few boos for Dan Carter.
Great view of the kick. He doesn't miss them from there. So it's 10 points to 3. New Zealand with a quick reply. And Carter moves into the 590s. Test points. He's third behind Andrew Mertens and Grant Fox.
God, and he's only about 10 years old too. At the end of his career, we're on about 5,000.
So there's another restart, and this time they make a mess of it. And Adam Ashley Cooper chased the ball, couldn't get there in time. There's going to be a Wallaby put into the scrum on the 22.
In every scrum, this Wallaby front row, the Wallaby tight five, have to be pumped up mentally for each scrum.
Both front rows, let's wait for the engaged gents.
Have a look at the advantage line. It's the big one. Australia got more possession, but New Zealand are making out the advantage line. Gee, look how deep, look how far back in the pocket Larkham is.
Right, number 3.
Buying himself some space.
Does that mean high ball again, Marta?
No, they're going to run this one, Kernsey. They've got Lottie Takiri and Adam Ashley Cooper. Second and third last. That last man bottom of the screen is Huxley. So they're going to try to jam up around McAllister, and then I figure it'll go wide if we ever get the ball out of these things called scrums.
Both sides, listen. Both of you, jumping the gun there, please. Get the timing right. There we go.
Both front rows very enthusiastic to get in there.
It's almost a show of arrogance by the All Blacks.
Touch. Pause. Steady. Let's go. Let's beat it.
Another reset.
What's going on, Kernsey?
Oh, they're just both playing with each other at the moment. They're just trying to assert their dominance.
But that was Matt Dunning's side on the top of the screen for the Wallabies, number 1, going up against Heyman. Is that the pulling back?
Yeah, it could be.
By the All Blacks.
Yeah. Touch. Pause. Engage.
He's got to give a penalty this time.
It's a full penalty. It's not a short arm free kick.
And that's got to give the Wallaby front row some confidence, Phil.
Yeah, and Matt Dunning has been doing a good job this year in the scrum. Against the Waratahs against the Otago Highlanders. Now, Heyman on the other side is from Otago, and Anton Oliver from Otago, and they dominated every pack they played against this year, except for the Waratah scrum. Who was propping that night? Matt Dunning. He received a bit of praise for that. I don't think Carl Heyman likes that too much.
Hey, Kenzie, I don't think I've ever seen Carl Heyman. Look at the two Highlanders there, two boys from Otago. Oliver and Heyman having a chat. I've never seen Carl Heyman's side of the scrum penalised before.
No, you're absolutely right. Matt Dunning's put on a fair bit of weight from last year, and it's giving him a whole lot of confidence. He does play better, bigger. He's weighing in around the 124 kilo mark.
You think that'll catch on, so putting on weight to gain some confidence?
Oh, listen, I hope so. I'd love to see some big props like Matt Dunning around for Australia. Mortlock puts it through.
It's 10-6. New Zealand over Australia at the MCG.
You know, and even if that can create a little bit of doubt in Carl Heyman's mind about his scrummaging, well, that's a fantastic thing for Matt Dunning in the Australian scrum.
A fairly arrogant attitude. You saw on their faces when we did the close-up prior to the scrum. Byron Kelleher was smiling and laughing. So was Carl Heyman. Pretty odd. You're in the start of the Test match and you're laughing before you make scrum impact.
Another restart from Carter. Sharp.
Well done, Nathan Sharp. Under a lot of pressure there.
There's Salialo right on top of him.
Stay.
Good refereeing. Morris Yonker deciding it was no influence. No player tried to put pressure on Giteau. Play on.
It was Muliaina. He's playing his 50th Test match for the All Blacks tonight. The fullback made his debut in 2003. Chris Jack, this last week, stayed at home recently. His wife gave birth to her first child, a baby daughter. Halfway through the first half. Anton Oliver.
Terrific player, Anton Oliver.
Heading to Europe with quite a few of these All Blacks next season. Good take there.
Ashley Cooper did well, slightly shielded by Gregan. Good quick ball.
And Larkham kicking it down into midfield. And they're renowned as the best counter-attacking team in world rugby, but this time Carter puts it out on the full.
There's another rarity.
Well, first time at the MCG. I know people say it's the same size as any other rugby field.
It's the orientation, it's the way the rectangular field sits within the oval of the whole ground. It is hard sometimes. Numbers are good.
Palu and Elsom out in the back line for the Wallabies.
And Stephen Moore finds Sharp straight down to Gregan. Larkham inside, no, the double round. Gregan, oh, this is fancy stuff, but the pass not a good one. But now to Kerry, kicking. Wakatoko getting back there, so too Rico Gia. He'll run it into touch.
Oh, haven't seen the Wallabies play that, using the full 66 metres from the line out to pick up to Keary. Even with the stray pass that went to ground to Keary, put the pressure on. He was slightly impeded there, allowed Wakatoko to put the foot down, and then Rico Gia, good sweeping effort.
Well, here's a great attacking opportunity now for the Wallabies, and Larkham, Mortlock just manages to pick it up, goes across the gain line. McCaw right over the top of him. It's there for Gregan, pops it out the back, and there's a drop goal attempt from Larkham.
Did that go over?
No, it didn't.
Lost forward by 7.
But he was playing advantage. It was lost forward by McCaw.
What about the pickup from Sterling Mortlock off the pass from Larkham? Incredible stuff. Under pressure, he was within the impact zone when he's actually caught that.
Both Gregan and Larkham are having a few problems with their passing tonight. I think the ball is incredibly slippery.
All the handling errors and turnovers. New Zealand, the worst in both those categories. Mortlock, that was a fair old run.
Crouch! Crouch! Right, we started from scratch.
Yeah, good scrummaging there from Guy Shepherdson. He knew he wasn't quite ready. He's not going to ruin the scrum by not being ready.
Touch! Pause! Engage! Keep it up!
Yeah, it's a penalty to the All Blacks.
What for?
Saying something about the bind on this side of the scrum. Wallabies didn't get a good hit.
Well, good work there from Jerry Collins. You can see that Matt Dunning wasn't back 10 metres. He ran straight into him. But now advantage is over and they go wide, and Flavel picked up there on the rebound from Palu.
Here's a go if they throw.
Oh! Intercept! Has McAllister got the legs to get away?
No.
Over the top it goes for Soialo.
Oh!
He's into touch.
You want excitement, we had it. The turnover to Palu first went wide. McAllister took it all the way down, and Soialo nearly picked that one up.
Oh, you could see it from a mile away. McAllister flying through. Bang, there he goes. Good pace. He's got massive legs, McAllister. Big thighs pumping away. The pass was forward. Soialo, even if he got it, no good. That's why they're playing the scrum now. It was a forward pass.
They go back to the 22. McAllister couldn't believe it. Free kick against the Wallabies.
Now what?
Shepherdson went early.
And now a great opportunity for the All Blacks. Wallabies had a scrum, had the put in. Now they charge up through the hole again, the All Blacks. Callaghan playing advantage here for the All Blacks. They go wide. McAllister beat one. It's a try. Rico Gia scores for the All Blacks. You just cannot give them a sniff. 15 points to 6, 26th minute. The men in black in front, going away with it.
Well, it was Woodcock, the man who took it on initially. They got quick ball. They then got the advantage, and Carter knew that when it finally came out wide. The ball there, one-on-one, McAllister, too good for Gregan. Ashley Cooper had to come in. Rico Gear, easy run.
It was not setting the pillar defence around the ruck that gave them the problems. the players not getting their first, second and third man in position early enough, which then created the pressure. Both of those rucks before this final one, we were never set, and that's what puts the defence on the outside under a little bit of pressure. George Gregan just not the pace to go, and the simple pass on the outside for Rico Gear to finish. Well worked try from the All Blacks.
Well, it's the quick tap on both occasions that's allowed the space. Jerry Collins right down the other end of the field took the quick tap, made about 30 metres from that run, and then from the other scrum, again the quick tap, and the Wallabies, as Rod Kafer says, weren't ever able to get their pillar defence in place, and they just kept going quickly.
Well, just remind, but the big thing was the scrum. Australia's feed. Why was that free kick? What was it for?
Well, he called Shepherdson packed early before he called engage. Maybe referee should call crouch, touch, pause, and engage a little bit quicker, and he'd overcome that. But there's no doubt they went early.
Well, they went early there, and then they had the put in inside the All Black 22 and couldn't get it right there.
I don't think we've had a completed scrum all night, Clarkie. It's been penalties the whole time.
Larkham takes this kick off, not Huxley.
And it goes high. So Carter missing the conversion, but it's the All Blacks 15, Australia 6, 27 minutes gone. Carter.
Huxley gets his chance.
Get onside, goal!
Heel kick.
Moving. It's good.
And chase. Good take there from Major.
Rock, let's go! Yeah.
And Carter, this time through the hands they go. Muliaina, Rokafoko, that's gone forward. Mile forward.
The thing that the All Blacks are doing so brilliantly is getting into position so early from situation. There's the forward pass there by Miles to Keary, put the pressure on in that case. But whenever there's a doubtful situation, the All Blacks are getting back into position so quickly. The Wallabies not doing it as fast. The defence was at 6s and 7s because of that. And as I was saying before, from the quick taps, the Wallabies not urgent to get back into position.
When they're set, like on that occasion, they're able to cover. When there's quick ball and they're not ready, there's trouble. Another scrum.
You wouldn't do that.
Wallabies got an excellent hit on that occasion, and then the All Blacks came back harder than, and then the slippering came. Very slippery.
Engages the ball. Crouch. Touch. Pause.
Now it's a free kick to the Wallabies. He's got to sort something out here.
What's the 10 metres? Was there a bit of chat? It must have been a swear word, I figure.
Advantage being played here for the Wallabies.
Well, they can have a go.
Nathan Sharp, short ball, Rocky Elson. Gregan, here's to Keary. Taken by Flavel. Gregan, Larkham. Gitto, rare opportunity, inside ball. Stephen Moore. Shepherdson, taken by McCaw.
The holes around Heyman, straight in front.
Matt Dunning pops it back. Gitto, no way through there. Heyman takes him, so too Collins. Can they find a hole? Gregan, back to Shepherdson.
They're cleaning out nicely, the Wallabies.
Larkham wants it down the left. Gives it to Sharp. Oh, Jerry Collins came in.
Sharp absorbed the momentum.
And then some good counter-rucking from the All Blacks.
George Gregan's kicked that in hand into the back of a fellow teammate. Accidental offside scrum.
Again, wondering where the advantage came to Australia there.
Yes, he went backwards. Good hit from Collins over the top. McAllister underneath.
Well, I think the Wallabies have got to learn from what referee Yonker's doing.
He's going to chat to his touch judge while we're doing that, Rod Kafer. What about this Wallaby defence?
We've certainly seen some problems early on, particularly for that first try. The Wallabies got caught, as I said just moments ago, with not their 1-2-3 pillar defence in place. Cliffy Palu too wide in the defensive line, players going up either side of him, but he never took the line forward. You could see him just dropping out, and that's where the hole was for that break which led to the try. There are some problems in this Wallaby defence. They've defended much better than this previously. The scrum, however, as we're seeing now, has gone pretty well tonight.
Advantage line, New Zealand getting over 80% of the time. And yes, there's the Wallaby defence stats falling off 15 tackles. So on Australian. 3 line breaks to the New Zealanders inside the final 10 minutes in the first half. New Zealand 2 tries to none. They lead 15-6. There's the box kick. Came off the All Blacks. And Gregan. On the short side they go. There was playing advantage there. So it's going to be the Wallaby put into the scrum.
Good pressure on the kick there by the All Blacks. Interfered with Huxley. And then as Gregan swept around, he was going to throw the long pass. Major was in centre field with the threat of an intercept again.
Huxley tonight, just his 5th appearance in a test match.
Scrum resets. High number usually an indication that things aren't going too well.
Oh, there's a big scrum from the All Blacks, and Palu has to pick it up at the back. Larkham, long ball, Mortlock. Looked on the inside, but the channel had closed. And Gregan goes in, gives it now to Larkham. Smith, Palu. Dunning has gone backwards.
Nice handoff.
Huxley on the pause, wrapped him up over on the far side. Gregan. Here's Giddo, no way through there. More. Going backwards again, the Wallabies, this All Black defence. It's as good as their attack at the moment. And George Smith goes to ground. Pops out the back.
No one's going forward in the Australian attack. No one's taking the line going forwards.
So they have to kick. Mulioina, Rakathoko.
That's come off to Kiri's head. Play on.
Oh, great play, Dan Bickerman.
Hands off, right! Leave it go!
And they somehow, the All Blacks come up with it. That's good work. They just seem to be hungrier at the moment. Still there for the men in black. Kelleher. The tackle Smith. The ball was out, so it's play on. Chance here. Inside, Gitto. Gitto needs to offload. He lays it back instead. Now it's Shepherdson. Mortlock. Wide ball. Palu.
Support needs to get there with Palu.
And McCaw, the tackler again, and
Chris Jack, look out.
And here we go with Mills Mulioina. Good breakout by the fullback, catching the Wallabies napping. Just handball along there from Oliver. And they've got numbers over the far side. They give it to Major, and now McCaw.
Great handoff, great support play.
Rodney So'oialo has coughed it up. And it would have been 2-on-1.
How did that happen?
Relief for the Wallabies, So'oialo. In his day, one of the best sevens players in the world. It was tailor-made for him, but here's how it all started with Mulioina.
Missed by Larkham, gotten by Rocky Elson, then Vickerman. I think he's carrying a bit of an injury. He had trouble getting there, and here it is, So'oialo. Oh, I think he had a few thought processes. How is he going to get around Adam Ashley Cooper? Had one pass to throw for a try.
So I'm a little worried about Vickerman and his shoulder. I thought he was holding that. He's had so many problems with them.
We get some more analysis from Rod Cafer. Now, what about this All Black line speed, Cafe?
Certainly been one of the things that's been a feature of their defence so far tonight. It's the ability to get off the line, but they're using a man-on-man defence, really putting pressure on Steve Larkham. It's causing some problems. We can see just the pace. Steve gets that kick away. Sterling Mortlock can't quite win it, but it's been a feature, something different that they've brought into their game for tonight. We haven't seen it from them all year.
Making it a good idea for the grubber kick behind, perhaps in the second half, Cave.
the grubber kick, but it is putting the Wallabies under a fair bit of pressure, no question. I think the scrum's gone pretty well tonight, although they're under pressure now for this big All Black pack.
Toialo picks it up. That's great work from the All Blacks, and now they go wide again. It's relentless at the moment. Rokafoko. Takiri stood his ground. McCall, first man there as usual. Collins is Muliaina from a standing start. They're inside the Wallabies 22. Kelleher, Major. Takiri has him wrapped up on the 22 still.
Good tackle from Takiri.
That's gone backwards, and Rokafoko, presence of mind to clean up. Here's Flavel. And Gregan throws it back on the inside. Kelleher. There's McAllister trying it over the top. And
Brilliant.
Kick pass.
Gio was wonderful. Carter. Soiala runs into Stephen Moore. Heyman. That's good defence by the Wallabies, forcing the mistake.
On the 8th phase, that's great effort by the Wallabies.
And Takiri will put it into touch. No, he won't. Advantage is over.
This is not what you want. You've just defended 8 phases and then give the ball.
George Gregan. Brilliant.
Tackle Gregan.
Brilliant.
Wasn't high, was around the chest. Gregan and Larkham. Played 16 times against New Zealand, 9 wins, 7 losses as a pairing.
A few Wallaby players down in back play.
Takiri jumped in to clean it up with Gregan. Super tackle and Rokafoko one-on-one. Very difficult to tackle.
The kicking game came under scrutiny in Cape Town. Mardo, they've had specialists like Andrew Johns in camp. And on that occasion, from inside the 22, Takiri unable to put it out.
Clarkie, it's my personal opinion. Yes, you need to put it out. Or it was ball from a turnover. They should have had a go at the All Blacks because they weren't completely set. At least have a bit of a dab at them, set it up and then put it out. First option should be to have a go, especially when you've got the ball from the turnover.
Good.
Biggerman calling the shots in the line out. They go to the back, and that's been won by the All Blacks. Good work. And now they realign themselves. And Carter.
Super kick, Dan Carter.
Oh, it's out in the full.
Gee, I thought that was going to land just inside. Jonathan Kaplan on the other side of the field. The touch judge.
Okay, less than 3 to go in this first half. It is so important for the Wallabies to stay patient. They need points going into half-time. Got to go into the shed with some points, whether it's a penalty or a try. They've got to get back on this scoreboard. Moore's throw's been good so far.
Gregan. Ashley Cooper, limited opportunities on attack for the left winger. Advantage being played here. And will they have a shot with 3 minutes to go?
They've got to get a reward for the defence they just put on the All Blacks in the last 4 minutes.
Good defence end from Byron Kelleher. Had Gregan covered, then I think it was Adam Ashley Cooper came in, covered him as well.
So just a couple of minutes to the break. Ken Mordlock bring them back within.
Wallabies need to break 6. A lot more than the All Blacks. 18 missed tackles. 6 by the All Blacks.
Third Australian to pass the 400-point mark in Test matches.
This is crucial for the skipper to pop this over. Missed it.
It won't come round.
Well, not even close to being dead.
So it remains 15 points to 6.
They got one quick chance. The heads go down when things like that happen. It's your skipper trying to get you back on the scoreboard, back within reach of the All Blacks. He lets you down, they got a chance of redemption.
What a difference a fortnight makes. He's 2 from 4 at the moment. He was 5 from 5 in Cape Town. One by Parlow at the front.
Straight.
No, it wasn't straight.
Guernsey, any opinion? Stephen Moore looks at Willie Roos. Touch judge.
Actually, it's pretty close.
Couldn't see much wrong with that.
No ball, gents, no ball.
So what have the All Blacks got up their sleeve for the dying seconds of the first half?
Touch. Pause. Engage. Keep it.
Well, it's a good solid scrum from them.
Half-time scooter sounds at the MCG. And McAllister sends it down to Huxley. He sends it into the 22.
That is a nothing kick.
Gitto. Down to Kerry.
And chips on. To Kerry's closing down this half.
That's the end of the first 40. Bledisloe 1. The holders of the famous silverware, New Zealand, have a handy lead, 15 points to 6. Tries to Woodcock and Gear. Conversion to Carter, penalty to Carter. 2 penalty goals to Mortlock. 9 points the difference.
Yeah, Wallabies clearly outdone in a lot of areas in that first half. We'll wrap it up during the halftime break, but they've got some work to do to get back in control. Wallabies actually, I would figure, a little bit lucky to even be that close to the All Blacks.
So plenty of this match. Well prepared, they say, buoyed by their efforts in Cape Town a fortnight ago. Had the opportunity to score some tries in the first half, but pretty much against the run of the play, relying on the kick chase. But they haven't been able to bag a 5-pointer as yet. It is New Zealand leading 15 points to 6. And the fans in gold haven't had a lot to cheer about. Richie McCaw, such a great player, captain of New Zealand. Scored a try last week against South Africa.
The change in the Wallabies team too, Clarkie. Stephen Hoyle's on for Cliff Parlow.
So what do you make of that one, Mardo?
Well, Cliff Parlow was fairly ineffective. Didn't have too many runs in the first half. That's what he was there for, to bend the line. Maybe they're figuring they need a ball player, which is Hoyles. We'll check it out at the first scrum, but I figure Hoyles will go to number 8. Straight swap.
Captain goal.
So we're set now for the second half. Good chase there from the All Blacks, and they just knock it on at the last moment. So as this first scrum of the second half packs down, let's get some word from John Muggleton. Well, John, what a difference a fortnight makes. You wouldn't be too happy with the defence tonight, I suspect.
Gentlemen, there's the mark.
Well, it's a lot about discipline, and it's a lot about urgency. You know, we were complaining about the scrum penalty, and now we're playing football. So we've got to make sure that every time they get the ball, we're into a defensive position quickly. We get our urgency right, and we defend it all right. But once we let them get the upper hand, we're in trouble.
Hey, there were some fairly earnest discussions we saw in the dressing room. Was that what they were concerning, or was there even more?
Sorry, mate, I didn't hear that.
What was the big chat? There was a lot of chat going on in the dressing room. What was the main topic?
The main topic of conversation was we were going too lateral. So we had a policy during the week that we want to go through them, not around them. At the moment, we're trying to go around them, and that's into the teeth of their defence.
OK, John, well, best of luck in the second half as the penalty is awarded. Just in fact, now we've got the penalty break. John, what's the story with Parlow? Why the change?
I think you were unlucky there.
Yeah, Parlow's a great loss to us.
Yeah, and Hoyles is on there, so expecting more of an open, flowing game from Hoyles. Just having some problems hearing us. We'll leave it there, John. Thanks very much.
Yeah, indication there from John Muggleton. Parlow must have been an injury of some sort.
So it's very noisy down there, and I think the players possibly are having trouble as well, just communicating with the crowd noise here at the MCG. So Hoyles is on there, 25 years of age. His 8th appearance in a test match. Stephen Moore still out there throwing into the line out. Tapped down by Sharp. Flavel was through quickly to snaffle Gregan. 10 from halfway, the Wallabies. If you thought they were under a lot of pressure going into this match, well, it's certainly double now, because they really do need to be the next team to score, but they turn it over again, and the All Blacks go wide, and McAllister taken on the 10-metre mark. Here's McCaw. Bounced out of one tackle. Can't get away from Elsom. If you're going to send
another error pass, Carl Heyman. Oh no, let's go back to the scrum. The Wallabies will be hoping.
I was going to say to you, Kearnsey, if you're going to send a hospital pass to one of your teammates, well, it has to be Carl Heyman, because at least he's big enough. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news all the time, but the All Blacks have won their last 55 test matches when leading at half-time.
Oh, Clarkie, that's an irrelevant statistic. Yes, Matt Dunning needed probably to get rid of that a little bit sooner. But just that teaming through on the Wallabies of the All Blacks. Scrum needs to be set, and again, tough ball for Gregan as that Wallaby scrum edges backwards. Mortlock away.
Halfway. The captain. Up to the 22 he goes, to the roar of the crowd. First line break in the test match for the Wallabies. And the All Blacks are slowing it down in there. Gregan gets his hands on it now, but the All Blacks have been able to realign their defences, and wide they go. Shepherdson gives it to Adam Ashley Cooper.
Oh, too much work to do for Ashley Cooper.
But he lays it back, and it's still there. Short side they go. Sharp trying to steal the march on them. Pick and drive here. Dunning.
Oh, great defence by the All Blacks.
So Gregan, will it come out of there? Yes, it will. Hands on the ball now to Larkham. Gitto dummying. Here's George Smith. George Smith straightening. Gitto at scrum half. Larkham. Now Shepherdson! Penalty.
Not releasing, rolled on after making tackle. Got to play the ball immediately. He didn't. Jeez, I wish he ran a bit harder when he received the ball. He would have gotten there.
Or should he have passed? Probably not the sort of player you needed in that situation, a front rower.
No, he's in two minds to pass or go. He should have gone. Oh, gee.
He had to play the ball when he hit the ground in the tackle. A let off there. To win this game, the Wallabies have to be the next to score.
Well, how well, when that break was made to the far side, John Muggleton talked about going straight. A beautiful straight line that Sterling Mortlock rang to create that hole. Get the Wallabies down there on attack.
He's from rotten scrum ball as well, and he still made the bust. There is hope.
Good take there from Chris Jack. All Black line-out certainly much better with Jack in the team. There's the kick ahead. And Adam Ashley Cooper. Now Huxley. He'll find touch.
Well, the All Blacks have had a long trip from South Africa. Now they feel it's time, 45 minutes and 47 seconds into the half, or into the game, to change over. Mialamu on for Anton Oliver.
Is that Nemia Tialata on in 17?
Yeah, Tialata.
For Woodcock's off. And Ross Filippo on for Troy Flavel in the second row. 3 changes. They've had an early happy hour here.
Well, maybe they think it's all well under control. Maybe it is.
Here's Collins.
Good tackle. George Smith.
Fresh legs, Mialamu. Regan holds on. They clean out the All Blacks. And it's just relentless pressure.
It's when they start getting a few handoffs, the defences find it near impossible to stop them.
So Ialo going forward, and now McCaw. It's just easy meters. Collins showing it on the inside. They're taking them on. Penalty. Holding on. Hoyles, I think it was, just standing right on top of the ball. They didn't release. So relief there for the Wallabies.
Oh, it's good work by the Wallabies. That was sixth phase ball there. All Blacks were going forward to get a penalty out of that. It's good defence. Who was there? Hoyles was over the ball, showing the referee that Jerry Collins wasn't releasing.
Yeah, good play, Stephen Hoyles.
Number 2 goal.
Adam Fryer's coming on now at hooker for Stephen Moore.
Stephen Moore, I don't think expecting that. He was running to that next line out and then got the call.
Numbers are good.
10-metre mark. They go back to the back and it's tapped down to Gregan. No, not straight.
Oh, goodness me.
And you hear the frustration from the crowd there. I don't think they agreed with the referee.
Maybe a plumb bob required from the referees there.
There's no way in the world that didn't go straight.
There it is.
It's a wrong decision. That's 2 from the line-outs now that he's robbed the Australians, Marius Yonka.
Touch. Pause. England. Keep it there.
Kelleher to Carter. Got through, up over halfway. Here we go, Ross Filippo. There's a flat pass, it's okay according to the referee, and now the men in goal having to get back and realign themselves. It's slow coming out of there, fortunately for the Australians. Kelleher taken by Hoyles.
George Smith jumped in there to slow the ball down.
Now they'll have to be careful with their discipline here as well, because it's well within range, and fortunately for the Australians, the All Blacks have knocked forward.
There was a brilliant bit of cheating there from Richie McCaw. Absolutely magnificent. Larkham and Gregan pushed up too far. You see just in the background there, McCaw held Smith so he couldn't make a tackle.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Brilliant.
72% of the time they get over the advantage line, the All Blacks. They're just keeping the pressure on. The Wallabies.
Same thing happened last week. A lot of handling errors by the All Blacks.
Here's another free kick from the scrum. And George Smith. Short side they go. Adam Fryer. 10 from halfway. Here's Larkin. A kick from Larkin down into the 22. Oliana doesn't have a lot of angle to work with. And Adam Fryer gives it to Larkin. 5 from halfway. Giddo moving into first receiver. But not a lot on out there, and Jerry Collins pounces. Well, that was very slippery footing for Giddo, and they turn it over the All Blacks.
All sorts of trouble.
5 on 2. They dummy Carter. Has he blown it? Yes, he has. Well, that was a little bit of panic from the All Blacks. We don't see that all that often. The wrong option.
Well, he tried to straighten that attack. Was it Carter or was it Major?
Yeah, it was Carter.
9.
Tries to straighten here. You see him just, he'll come off that left foot.
Well, I'm a believer he did the right thing, because he was trying to soak up. If you throw it too early, you waste the advantage you had.
Thanks, Mark.
It's Major who made the error, the handling error, but it was Carter who tried to straighten and give the ball. Let off for the Australians. Still no points scored in the second half. Wallabies need to fight their way through this and get a score.
Is that the first bit of luck the Wallabies have had? Kelleher off. Weepu on.
If anything, the All Blacks actually play wider with Weepu on.
There's the mark. There's the mark. Just go on the mark. Just go on the mark.
At half-back.
Right, that's fine. Stay there. Stay there, go on. Let's go. Stay where you are. Come closer. Come closer. Get a square up. Just come closer. Get a square up. Right.
The question, Kersey, will we see a scrum completed this time?
Oh, it'd be a miracle if we have. I think we've had 2 in the whole game.
Incredible pressure George Gregan's being put under.
Stephen Hoyle's been excellent since he's been on the field.
There it is.
Gone quickly from the base of the scrum, forced a turnover, forced a penalty.
George Smith has been pretty good too, Kurt.
Oh, yeah, outstanding.
Well, now an opportunity for McCaw. And they go to the left. Wasn't a great pass, so they're squandering some opportunities. Good pick up there from Mills Muliaina. What's going on at the scrum time, though? On that occasion, the Wallabies unable to get their hands on it and kick themselves out of trouble. Now they've got this All Black pressure to absorb again.
They're not forward there by the All Blacks.
And now penalty. There's the relief.
He lost it forward, you're in offside position.
Take us through this side, Kearnsey, from that scrum. McCaw able to get across.
McCaw, yeah. Didn't he pick up and go? That didn't show much athleticism to be able to do that, did it? Goodness. And there's the knock on. Yeah, Fryer straight in there. Aggressive at the ball too.
It's a line out now, just inside All Black territory. So Adam Fryer on there for his 13th Test match. And lost it. So it was supposed to be an area that the Wallabies were going to be probably better than the All Blacks.
I think that was Nathan Sharp was blaming the lifters. I think he only had one lifter on him, didn't get up high enough.
So plenty of possession for the All Blacks here. And to Rocafoko on the far side.
Always the throw too low, Mano.
Well, there was disappointment, I know.
Either way, there's trouble here. Oh, Gregan.
Gregan came up, little man on big man, and he wrapped him up. 10 from halfway. Collins, short ball. Good defence now. That's Filippo.
Well, the Wallabies moving forward off the line. That's where the...
Oh, Mortlock went for an intercept, didn't come off, so he has to come back and recover. And it's going to take something, you would think, like an intercept for the Wallabies to try and get back in this game. They trail by 9 at the moment, 15 points to 6.
Oh, there's some loose stuff there by Jerry Collins. Accidental offside, off his leg, back into a player. That's a good sign. The Wallabies defend for 8 phases, cough up the mistake. They've got to score, though. They're holding them out, but they need to have an impact on the game.
The Wallabies down injured in back play.
Might be Mortlock. I can't see him still up.
Yeah, there he is.
After he almost took the intercept, he came back and made one of the tackles. Might have got a flick boot, perhaps.
Certainly a lot more urgency.
Well, there's where he had a crack at the intercept, but he then chased, and he made the tackle here,
Oh, that fell on his head, I think that was the problem.
Bum on melon.
Great pickup from Kevin Mialamu there. He gets Rick O'Gear. Rick O'Gear falls on Mortlock's head.
The captain is okay on his feet. Still no points in the second half.
Coach, pause, engage, keep it up.
Regan with the put in and sloppy again by the Wallabies. Hoyles had to pick up. Well, if we thought the scrum was improving, the lessons will start again next week to try and correct the problems from tonight.
Well, it's so difficult to attack when the ball is such rubbish from a set piece.
Larkham flat. There's Shepherdson taken by Collins.
Well, that slow ball. The All Blacks are set and ready to go. Have a look at them.
Well, maybe a time for something, a little kick over the top, perhaps. No. They've got a little set move there, the Wallabies.
Smith on the inside to Adam Fry, not the biggest man on the park. No way through there. Now, there's the grubber, well, not quite the grubber, but the kick out on the full.
He's got some Dan Carters from the first half there. Stephen Larkham out on the full. Similar position to Carter when he put it out. They'd worked hard, the Wallabies, to get into that position. Probably not a bad idea to chew off some territory and put a bit of pressure. Needed to go another 10 minutes longer.
Nearly 16 minutes gone in the second half. We're going to see a change for the Wallabies.
Gregan's injured. Something wrong with his leg, though. Just checked him out. He looks like he's coming off. Staniforth on. What does that mean? Gitto to half-back. Staniforth inside centre.
Well, let's hope it's not too serious for George Gregan, because we're looking forward to saying farewell to George next week when the Wallabies take on the Springboks at Sydney. His farewell Australian appearance.
Good game by George. Tough night behind a pack going backwards, but he made some huge tackles.
Well, that's the halfway mark, and they're going to have to continue to make huge tackles. The Wallabies inside ball, core still full of running. They'll be digging deep, knowing they've got next week off. The All Blacks. People thought, as they cough it up here, people thought that they might run out of gas in the second half after the huge travel and the bruising encounter in Durban last week. This is their third test match in consecutive Saturdays, but there's no sign of them slowing up. Inside ball, here's Adam Fryer, can't step his way through.
Well, the breakdown's occurring 3 metres behind the advantage line, making it hard for the Wallaby forwards. They have to go backwards to get to it.
And here's Dunning, and now Nathan Sharp. Ashley Cooper flirting with the touch line. So Gitto started the season with the number 9 on his back. He's moved into scrum half. Short ball, Huxley got it away to George Smith. Flat pass. The referee says it's okay. Gitto.
It's got to go wide.
They dummy and over the top. Lote Takiri. Fijian on Fijian. And Rokothoko was good enough to make the tackle. It's there again.
Oh, come on.
He's offside, Major. Rocky Elson picks it up, gives it now to Gitto. Here's Larkham. Larkham dummying. Hasn't really taken on the line so far tonight. There he goes. Penalty. He was playing advantage. And he's going to have a word, I think, to Richie McCaw.
Captain.
Well, what do you do, Marto?
Clearly offside. Very silly thing to do then. 12. Now you need to sort it out. No more penalties in striking zone. Otherwise, there could be some trouble. Sort it out now. I'll give you some time.
Well, striking zone is a bit debatable. It's 30. It's 30 out. The ball girl in the background was incensed. So was I.
Oh, mate, I think we keep playing. Yeah, great move. Not kicking real well. Let's play down there. We have not, I say we, the Wallabies have not been down here for quite some time with the ball. They defended well. They need to put some attack on top of that.
Well, the All Blacks, they will not jump in this line-out, so it should be an easy line-out win. I'll try and drive back quickly. Do we go from the top or not? Yep.
Dunning. Gitto. Inside ball from Larkham to Takiri. Carter was there. Gitto. Nathan Sharp taking them on. One out stuff at the moment, though.
Getting over the advantage line, though.
And here's Shepherdson.
That was good from Shepherdson. He accelerated into that tackle.
Takiri wanted to get his hands on.
Great
Look
defence.
at the 3 All Black jumpers were there to
Dominant
wrap him
tackle.
up.
Dominant tackle by the All Blacks explains the slow ball, and now the turnover.
And the All Blacks are happy. They applaud themselves.
Oh, do they? What? Collins watched Kakiri coming from a mile away. The short ball was closed down. Who else was in it? I think Richie McCaw might have been involved. Lottie Takiri were in the right angle, but they were ready for him. Look at them having it covered. I think it was Heyman. It was Collins, and Mialamu joined in, fell the wrong way, and then got totally sealed off.
Boxing, goal.
Mialamu. 45th Test match. A very handy player to come off the bench.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
So Wipu with the put in inside his own 22. Another reset coming up.
Yeah, the All Black scrum has been quite dominant. Not many scrums finished tonight. Most of them been penalties or free kicks. this an All Black chant comes up and the Wallaby crowd tries to fight it back.
So many New Zealanders in this crowd. Just under 80,000 here tonight.
Oh, lovely kick by Weepu. Puts all the pressure on Huxley.
Oh, just put his foot on the line.
Lovely kick by Weepu. Gives the ball back to the All Blacks.
I think it may have been touched by Wallaby hand.
George Gregan watches from the bench.
Rico Gear just put Huxley off enough to make him force the foot into touch.
Still no points in the second half. 2 tries to none in the first half. Scored by the All Blacks. 15-6 they led at the break.
Well, last weekend in Durban, this is the time of the game when the All Blacks started to get dominance and ran away with it. Well, they actually got back in the lead and came home strongly.
Went against the throw there from that line out. So the Wallabies, they just need to try and stay in touch.
Well, Larkham rushed in and said pick and drive. He wants them to soak up some defenders. He's sick of looking at numbers of All Black coming at him.
The game plan, we were told prior to the match, is the penalty is awarded. Do they try and take the 3?
There's a yellow card coming here, Clarkie.
I have spoken about it in the tackle. In the tackle, players.
That's Heyman off the third.
Off your feet, yeah.
All right, Pierce, put it down as a turning point. Last year in the Bledisloe Cup, when Palu hit Heyman and went off the field, that's when the Australians started to get a little bit of dominance.
So who do they bring on? The All Blacks, they have to put a front rower on.
They'll bring back
They have to bring back Woodcock, you'd think.
But they'll wait until the next scrum, won't they?
Yep.
And they'll lose a flanker, probably Jerry Collins. Woodcock, I know nothing. I didn't touch the ball.
One at the front by Hoyles.
Australia in a perfect position with one extra man now.
Some great counter-rucking though from the All Blacks, and they might have turned it over.
They have turned it
that's
over.
Incredible work.
My goodness, well done the Blacks.
And the box kick again from Weepu. Out of Ashley Cooper.
Have a go, son. Here we
go. Larkham. Stephen Larkham. Lottie Takiri back on the angle. Takiri. Collins holds his ground though and wraps him up. Giteau. They're a man down at the moment. The All Blacks, as Dunning takes them on, pops it out the back door for Giteau. He gives it to Larkham, and Larkham tries to step his way through. Collins makes the tackle again over the top. Underneath it was Soialo. Pick and drive from Lottie Takiri. And now Dan Vickerman, 6 or 7 metres out. The Wallabies desperate for a try.
Possession is the key here. The Wallabies need to wear them down. One extra man.
Ashley Cooper got away from 1, 2, try!
Cooper now!
Out of Ashley Cooper, second test try. First start on the wing. And now it's game on at the MCG.
Oh, well, it got up to 7th or 8th phase. They kept going forward. This is what initiated it. And a great run by Takiri. A brutal tackle coming up by Collins. Whack! The ball came out quickly. They kept going, the Wallabies. You wear a team down when you got one extra man. That's a super pass from Sharp. Had to beat Rico Gear. Had to beat Richie McCaw. And then Jack. Super try.
Oh, great
Kobe.
work at him, Ashley Cooper. Great ball from Nathan Sharp as well. Look at this pill from the big second rower. Bang! Right on the money. Able to step inside. 1, 2, 3.
Leg drive. Extraordinary.
Well, look at this pass. That's fantastic. And great timing from Adam Ashley Cooper to step inside at the right moment. He goes underneath the McCord tackle. Jack's just too late to get there. Great leg power. No one was going to stop him. He's happy and he knows it.
What an effort. Well, that is security's trip if there was any doubts. He's now played inside centre, outside centre, and tonight very efficiently on the wing, Adam Ashley Cooper. He's backed himself at times.
Matt Giteau having the shot at goal.
His wrong side, it's a tough shot for him. The ball will swing from left to right on your screen.
15-11. Can he narrow the gap even more? Not a bad strike. It's over! 15 points to 13. And all of a sudden, those who are bold enough to wear gold are on their feet at the MCG.
What about that? We said it. The first team to score in the second half is in the box seat. It's been Australia. Now the All Blacks are wondering. They're trying to slow the game down. They've got their tight head prop, Carl Heyman, off the field, down to 14 men. They don't want them, but they're in no hurry to continue.
One man who would have been pretty happy with the Ashley Cooper try was his uncle, Graham Bond, a former Wallaby. And tonight, Adam Ashley Cooper went one cap past his uncle. Graham played 5. Ashley Cooper tonight playing his 6th Test match. And he scored a very important try. But now they need to consolidate. And they can't allow the All Blacks to reply immediately. There's the kick from inside the 22, and it's out in the full. And Soiolo thinks about the quick throw-in. You talk about a turning point, Martin. That was probably one of the best touch finders of the night as well.
That's right. That is the clearest indication the Australians starting to get on top. I don't know what Heyman got. He's got another 4 or 5 minutes, Heyman, in the bin. Australia want to touch the ball and hang on to it for as many of those 5 minutes as they can.
15 points to 13.
Oh, that's not straight. At least you're consistent, Shonka, but that was way wonky.
I reckon the All Blacks have to be careful here that they don't lose another player to the bin. I'm just noticing at the breakdown more and more attempted infringements by the All Blacks.
Here comes Woodcock back on. Jerry Collins is going to leave.
Who's coming off? Right.
So they need to have three players who can play in the front row. Can't just throw anyone there.
Gee, I'm a bit surprised that it was Collins that came off. He has been unbelievable.
Well, Ghetto gives it now to Larkin. It's a flat pass. It's play on. Here's Ashley Cooper involved again. Good tackle by Carter, though. Wallabies going wide on that occasion, just trying to stretch the All Blacks. Here's Sharp, still full of running. Ghetto, over the top it goes to Dunning in midfield. And out there on the wing is Shepherdson, the big man.
He should win the ball.
Ghetto. Good pick up, and now Rocky Elsom can't find a way through there. Needs support though.
No, they need to keep probing.
10-metre mark. Ortlock kicking downfield into the 22, and it's just out on the full. Need a little bit of luck, and it wasn't there on that occasion. 15 points to 13, and we've got 13 minutes remaining at the MCG. Bledisloe 1. All Blacks, remember, they're the holders, and this year the series is only being played over 2 tests, so the All Blacks can hang on tonight. They'll hang on to the Bledisloe for another year. The return game is at Eden Park on July 21. That's in Auckland. The win of the line out here for the All Blacks. They'll be pretty keen just to soak up some possession now. Penalty. This is going to help them. Not rolling away the Wallabies. Holding on. No. They won't be in a great hurry to do anything.
Dan Carter doing it nice and slowly. Heyman up off the sin bin seat, going to have a quick warm-up, or is he putting some tracky pants on?
Phil Waugh also warming up on the sideline for the Wallabies.
Yeah, not a bad time to bring him on.
The All Blacks will possibly try and force a penalty out of the Wallabies in this particular area of the field. Sharpshooter Dan Carter there.
Oh, not straight again, I would have thought.
Well, it's play on. And now the All Blacks, a man down, but they've got so many attacking weapons.
The Wallabies are offside there. Yeah, they came off the line really quickly. Gives the All Blacks a chance here.
They're still playing advantage here. And Whippo gives it to Major. Still there for the All Blacks, and it's still advantage as Woodcock has a run.
Get away, goal!
Whippo waiting. They'll come back. No advantage there, says the referee, and so it's an opportunity for Dan Carter to stretch the lead.
Okay, Okay, explain it to me, Greg Martin. 2 penalties in the first half. The Wallabies were given the advantage. They went backwards 20 metres and the ref called advantage over. On that occasion, the All Blacks get the penalty. They've gone forward 15 metres and the advantage isn't over.
That was a correct ruling because they didn't, there wasn't a better result that came than the penalty. Yes, I thought he was incorrect in the first half by allowing an advantage, then letting it go. That time, he allowed the All Blacks to probe. They got no better than a penalty, therefore they came back to it.
So Dan Carter, 2 from 3 tonight. Usually Mr. Reliable, missed some early ones at Durban last week. Well, got it together after that.
If he slops this, Clarkie, it means the Australians have got to score a try to win. At the moment, they can sneak through with a penalty. Heyman about to come on in a minute or so.
Carter. Can he extend the lead?
I don't think so.
No, it's away. So it's still a 2-point ball game. 15 points to 13. New Zealand leading Australia inside the final 10 minutes. Wallabies at the wrong end of the field. And the men and women in black pretty happy to be in front at the moment. But they might be a little worried, or certainly more so than at half-time.
Well, there's double change there. Mark Chisholm's coming on and Phil Ward, George Smith and Rocky Elsom off. So that means Chisholm going into the back row. Gee, I don't know whether I would have pulled George Smith off tonight. Last 10 minutes, he's been a pivotal figure.
And Larkin trying to go long with this one. And Major takes it to halfway. Sends it over the top of Adam Ashley Cooper, and it's out on the full.
Oh no, there's another. This is a chance for the Wallabies. That's loose.
Is this another one of your turning points?
Take your pick. Well, Heyman's about to come back on. The Wallabies want to sneak through before that.
Well, another instance where this field does actually run on a funny angle, as Marto said before, on the MCG. And all players that kick have misjudged kicks tonight. Only about a metre or two. In some cases less than that. That's all it needs.
Larkin. Flat pass. Mortlock. Got through. Again. Mortlock! Oh, over the top! Scott Staniforth scores a try for the Qantas Wallabies. And they are in front of the MCG. They're on their feet in Melbourne.
Staniforth is a try magnet. He's only been on there for 10 minutes. Mortlock, how did he beat the first tackle, let alone Richie McCaw when he stepped around him? And then he got faster. He actually accelerated after he'd beaten 2 players. And then the alley-oop pass over the top. Look at Mortlock, the straight in there. Beats McAllister, beats McCaw. What a view of it, because then he comes to the bottom of the screen, throws that ball. Oh, Staniforth.
Oh, that was beautiful. Sterling Mortlock, there's just the end. Staniforth, he is a magnet, you're right. Oh, Sterling Mortlock north, Staniforth south. The ball connected, it's stuck. Oh,
look at
haven't they gone berserk? Sterling Mortlock, how brilliant has he been in making holes tonight? He did clap it on, you're right, Marto. What happened? He thought, I can't get the ball to anyone in support, I'm going to have a crack myself. And that attracted all 4 defenders from the All Blacks. All 4 of them sucked into him. And it left Staniforth with no one in front of him as Matt Giddo converts. Wallabies in front.
All of a sudden, the All Blacks have got to score a try to get away with this one.
20 points to 15, 73rd minute. Australia over New Zealand. Seemingly down and out at half-time. Plenty of work to do. Well, they have clawed their way back to lead by 5.
Am I correct, since Simon's been off, 14 points been scored by the Wallabies? Yes. 14 points to 0, while Heyman has been in the sin bin.
And Mortlock.
Courageous! Look at him.
Now, can they just hold on? Can they consolidate? There's Larkin.
Oh, look out for the counter-attack. Here comes Muliaina.
This is what they do best. The kick and the chase from Muliaina. Gitto stood his ground. Zoiolo is there to wrap him up. 10-metre mark. Australian territory.
Phil Ward did brilliantly in support of Gitto then.
The Blacks aren't done yet. They've got plenty of time. Wallabies need to hang on to the ball rather than kicking it away.
Well, we saw it in Durban last week, didn't we? Seemingly down and out the All Blacks, and they finished with a flourish to beat the Box.
Chance again.
Larkham, inside it goes. Staniforth, he loses it in contact. Pops it up now. Advantage is over. That's a great kick from Aaron Major.
Now, if there's ever going to be a calming influence on a team that's behind, it's Aaron Major.
19 is going on for New Zealand, and that is Chris Marsoe, Rodney Soialo. Another busy game for the number 8, so he's been replaced. So Staniforth scoring the try to put Australia in front for the first time, but just losing control of the ball in contact on that occasion. And it's an important throw into the line out here for Adam Fryer.
Big Wallaby line out here. Chisholm, Sharp and Vickerman all in the line out.
And it's Chisholm that goes high. Adam Fryer has it at the back. Larkin was in position to kick.
Oh, I think Gitto might just hook it, yeah.
The box kick.
Oh, and it's a good one too.
Oh, Ashley Cooper on the spot.
That's the halfway mark. 5 minutes remaining. The All Blacks, have they got some juice in the tank?
Oh, they're having a go.
And away they go this time. Rokethoko turns it back on the inside. It came off one of the Wallabies, so we'll have a scrum.
Second knock. First knock off for golden interception. 11 black.
Rokethoko coming off. Sidovani Sivavatu on in 21.
What a replacement.
They haven't used Rokethoko. In fact, he hasn't. No, well, the tackle was no worries from Mortlock. There's the ball there on Chisholm. It knocked it forward first. Bit of a rest now. There's injuries. There's replacements. There's a few players down. Rokethoko off. What a finish we've got here.
Soialo and Rokethoko. We'll be seeing a lot more of them this year. Rugby World Cup, of course, starting in September. Sivivatu, 18 tries in 16 test matches.
Oh, look at the missed tackles. Two of the best teams in the world. 28-22. Line breaks. That's plenty in a big-time game. Sivivatu is standing behind Dan Carter at first receiver.
The Wallabies just can't afford to miss any tackles on that occasion. McAllister went straight into Phil Warren, bumped him off, but Weepu couldn't progress. Just inside All Black territory. From a standing start goes McAllister. Taken by Staniforth.
Watch the All Blacks last week. They don't panic at this stage. Hit the referee. Take the scrum.
Well, that's okay because it's going to eat up some seconds.
Time off.
3.5 remaining.
I think that's Phil Ward is down injured at the moment. That's why Yonkers called it up. Yeah, he got hit by Luke McAllister, who came in on the cross ball from Dan Carter and straight into Phil Ward, indicating how hard McAllister is to tackle.
Well, Rod Kafer, what about the turnaround and Stephen Larkham firing on all cylinders in the second half?
Well, it's been the difference, hasn't it? Steve Larkham taking the ball to the line. We can see him here. And Lottie Takiri, the big names in the Wallaby backline starting to stand up and play well. It's Larkham going at pace at the line, drawing the players out, and Takiri coming underneath, which we spoke about prior to the game, which has created these opportunities. That's where the Wallabies have been able to get across the game line.
3 minutes remaining.
Solid scrum by the Blacks.
1998 it was when the Wallabies beat the All Blacks here on this ground. And that turned things around as far as Trans-Tasman rivalry is concerned.
There's two phases there. The All Blacks have been knocked behind the advantage line both times. Explains why it's so slow. They've got to restart. Third time in a row.
Heyman back out there.
Not making the advantage line.
Penalty though to the All Blacks.
Quick taps of danger.
And here's Jerry Collins. He's got to call him back though. A chance for the Wallabies to realign. Well, they've got to try and pin the All Blacks in their own half. Eliminate the silly penalties.
All Blacks were able to do it last week against the South Africans. Held their measure, held their bottle.
One goal.
And came up with a late try to win the game. Tonight, they've got 2 minutes from the time this line-out takes place. We'll find out how much that game last week and the travel has hurt them.
So that Dunning, almost 78 minutes out there.
That one wasn't straight.
And it's been won by the Wallabies. Is that a turning point? No, just knocked forward.
No, I think the line-out wasn't straight, Clarkie.
Oh, crook and throw. So now Al Baxter out there. He needs to make sure that he can certainly be solid enough up front. We've got an injury here as well.
Well, I think this might be a... this is a contact lens, not sure. What do you got in your bag there?
Contact lenses for Dan Vickerman. Missed all of the Super 14. And he's been rock solid since his return to Wallaby goal. 15-6 at half-time, the New Zealanders led, but 2 tries to the Australians in the second half. 1 to Ashley Cooper, 1 to Staniforth, both converted, and the Wallabies have it by 5 at the moment. The MCG, 79,322 fans turning out tonight. Wallabies hoping to break a drought of 5 matches, a losing drought of 5 matches against the All Blacks.
This scrum is so vital. Al Baxter is now up against Carl Haven.
Well, Baxter, of course, playing his 45th test.
He's not binding. He could be in trouble. Al Baxter, the prop on this side, packing against the #1 tight head in the world, Carl Haven.
Been going well the last couple of scrums. Stay there, please.
There's Baxter. That time he dropped his bind and had to use the ground.
Well, Gitto needs to put it in, and he does. The All Blacks wheel it. McClure is over the top of Hoyles, but it's there for the Wallabies. They just need to control possession now.
Yeah,
can they hold on for another minute and a half? Pick and drive is the go.
Yeah, Larkham doesn't want the ball yet. He wants to soak up some of the defenders who are just lounging around.
20 points to 15. The Wallabies over the All Blacks. 1 from halfway.
Larkham, he's assessing what he needs to do. I can see him considering a kick here. But first, no, he wants the forwards to keep on taking it. He'd love to hang on and pick and drive and make this arm-to-arm, hand-to-hand combat until the hooter goes and then boot it into touch. That's what he's aiming for, Larkham.
Well, they're inside the final minute.
He's yelling at Gitto.
You've got to be careful with the All Blacks because they are great counter-ruckers.
Stay back out. Last team.
Wallabies are pulling the right rein here. It's about ball control to wind the clock down.
Well, you can just feel the tension around this great arena, the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
The threat is the All Blacks in their desperation to turn over the ball will give away a penalty. Larkham still look at him, just pointing casually. Look at him, just saying, no, don't want it, just keep it going. He's got 15 seconds until he wants the ball and we'll put it into touch. Great control by the Wallabies.
And it's zapping some pressure.
The crowd's counting down to alert Gitto that it's time to put the ball into touch.
Well, the siren has sounded.
There's a penalty to the All Blacks.
Well, after all that, he's playing advantage for the All Blacks. And now they have one last throw of the dice.
My God, what a finish we've got.
It's been lost. He will come back for the penalty, saying there was no advantage there. So it's not over yet. After all that, the Wallabies just couldn't hold on, and they gave away a penalty right at the end.
Well, it was after the full-time hooter had gone. Wallabies need to line up in defence. A penalty shot at goal is no good to the All Blacks, obviously. Collins.
They take it quickly. Defence the key here.
Sivivatu is one of the keys, the left winger for the Blacks. It's not going to it.
Carter. What a finish to the test match. Here's Big Chris Jack. Missed last week. But still going strong here. McAllister. Taken ball and all, but it's still there for the men in black.
There's no time left, but they've got all the time if they can hang on to the ball, the All Blacks.
Now Wimper gives it to Major, he looks up. The Wallabies need to hold their defensive line. Who's going to find a hole? McAllister, such a strong runner. Good tackle around the bootlaces though. They've stolen it! Larkham!
Put the ball out. The whole of Australia's telling you.
And Gitto. All they have to do is kick it out.
It's nerve-wracking watching this.
And there's Gitto!
What a victory!
It's all over at the MCG, and the Wallabies have done it. They've broken a losing drought of 5 matches against the New Zealanders. It's 1998 revisited.
Oh, that man was so crucial. Sterling Mortlock to tonight's victory. Nathan Sharp, he was huge.
20 points to 15. Australia over New Zealand, and the Bledisloe Cup of 2007 is still very much alive. It's going to go on the line at Eden Park on July 21. 15-6 at half-time, the All Blacks led, but in the second half, Carl Heyman, Sinbin, and the Wallabies scored 2 converted tries in his absence, and they've gone on to win it 20 points to 15. You see Anton Oliver there. He was here in 1998 with Gregan and also Larkham, and that's a happy ending for Larkham. Let's hope George Gregan's injury is not a serious one, but an ending for Larkham and Gregan here at the MCG. The last time they'll play New Zealand on Australian soil.
It's a knee for Gregan. I thought it was his groin. All Blacks showing concern for George Gregan.
So Mortlock rallying the troops here. They know that it's not a win that's given them a little bit of silverware. They've still got a lot of work to go.
It was well thought out. Maybe we can hear Mortlock talking to the boys. It's one worth savouring.
Well, let's get some words now from Richie McCaw.
Duke, unfortunately lost for the All Blacks tonight, but I thought at half-time you boys were going to run away. You were brilliant in that first half.
Yeah, well, you got to play for 2 halves, though, don't you? Yeah, I guess we came and wanted to start well, and we did that. Perhaps didn't capitalise on a couple of other opportunities we had, but Wallaby team, they never lie down, and they showed that tonight. And they came and played the rugby in the second half.
Yeah, you made some replacements very early on in the second half. About 5 minutes, you brought 3 new players on. Was that always the plan?
Oh, look, I couldn't tell you. I guess the coaches had their plans, but we back everyone in the squad, and perhaps with some fresh legs on there, we wanted to keep the pace of the game up. But we made crucial mistakes. We played a bit of rugby sort of behind the gain line, and they got the turnovers and put pressure on us.
Well, it certainly wasn't because of lack of support. There's plenty of All Black supporters here tonight.
Oh, what a wonderful stadium to play at. There's a lot of Kiwis live over here, and it was great to have their support tonight. And I guess it's just a pity we didn't quite get there.
Now for you guys it's the first loss that you guys have had for a long, long time. What does that mean in terms of how you regroup for this Tri-Nations and the World Cup? Not a lot?
Oh, well, we've got to go and have a look at it, I guess. We've got a week off now, and it's been a tough couple of weeks away, but we're at home. But you just got to get back on the horse, really. I guess it's a reality check, and there's a lot of rugby left this year, so we'll look forward to that.
And your personal form's been outstanding. You've got to be happy with that, I guess.
Oh, ticking by. I haven't played too many games this year, so no, happy enough. But we'll look forward to next week.
Okay, look forward to it as well. Cheers. Thanks very much, Richie. Sterling Mortlock, the victorious Wallaby captain. Well, I reckon you could have a smile on your face tonight.
Yeah, it was a great effort. It's a fair time coming for us. We've been close a number of years. But got to thank the crowd, mate. They were outstanding tonight. Got really behind us in that second half and brought us home.
Now talk us what happened at half-time, because there were some stern words probably said, I reckon, maybe by you, maybe by John Connolly, but the attitude certainly defensively was brilliant in that second half.
Yeah, we just got caught off the beat a little bit in the first half. That first try in the first 5 minutes, we hadn't touched the ball and we were defending, and they just took advantage of it. Basically, we wanted to tighten up our game. We were very, very loose, and we came back in the second half, tightened up our game, made some breaks, and got some tries accordingly.
Let's talk us through that last few minutes of just trying the mauls around the edge. Fairly nervous time.
Oh, mate, our piggies really worked hard there. There was about 2 minutes to go and they just wound down the clock. We were setting up the backs, setting up a kick. First, second, it was box. Next, it was over the open side, then back to the box and back to open side, and eventually we turned it over. So, against the All Blacks, they just never say die, and that's what you got tonight.
Bledisloe Cup's alive and well, eh?
Certainly is, mate.
Now, the crowd, you did mention them, but how do you like playing in Melbourne? How do you like these Melbourne people?
Oh, mate, we love playing down here, but first time for many guys at the G, and they put on a show for us. It was great.
Next week, the Springboks, tough one?
Yeah, that'll be very tough. They have a great preparation going to this game next week. We look forward to getting back to Sydney and hopefully having a massive stadium behind us there at home.
Fantastic effort, Sterlo. Well done, mate.
Thanks very much, mate.
From one former Wallaby captain, Phil Kearns, to the current skipper, Sterling Mordlock, and he was captain courageous, wasn't he?
Magnificent. When he had to make his move, he certainly did. With those breaks, those busts that he made, his organisation and defence, a captain's knock. A wonderful game.
So tries to Woodcock and Gear in the first half, and the All Blacks doing it nicely at the break, 15 points to 6, and then Ashley Cooper and Staniforth scoring the tries for Australia in the second half. Both of them converted, and they got to a lead, 20 points to 15, and they were able to hold on. There's one of the try scorers there. So the 2007 Bledisloe Cup match won by Australia at the MCG. Stay with us. We'll be back for our post-match game right after a break.